Central Illinois is the CI in CI Living.
Well, today's recipe in the CI kitchen is something you can roll with. It's a family favorite.
We are cooking up a storm with Jacob Dickey today. All right, Italian meatballs on the menu. What was the inspiration today?
So my wife and I just had a trip to Boston. We had a nice little fall getaway, see some fall foliage. We went up into the mountains and had a great time. And we ate in an Italian restaurant, one of the Italian neighborhoods of Boston. The meatballs were just unbelievable. And my favorite thing to do is to recreate things that I have in restaurants. So this recipe has kind of come from the idea that it will be as close to the authentic Italian meatballs you get at those fancy, Italian restaurants in the, Crosby area.
Okay, looks like we've got quite the spread of ingredients here to go into our meatballs.
Yeah, now this is actually fairly simple. There's a little prep work, and then you let it cook in the slow cooker. I know Heather hates it when you got to do prep work ahead of it, but this is worth it. Every step of it, really important to get that juicy, delicious meatball that just is, amazing, full of flavor. So, first thing, of course, is meat. The key to a good meatball, a lot of people just use beef.
Okay.
A lot of people use just beef. Ground pork, half and half. Ground beef, ground pork, about a pound each. I'm going to drop that in there. Looks like I've got my little paper thing. I'll pull that off. So that's going to be what our base is for our meat here. And
yep,
if I can throw that away.
Do you really taste that difference?
Perfect. So we've got that. We need some glue for our meatballs, don't we? Well, our eggs are going to be the glue to this. So I've got a pound of beef, a pound of pork, both ground. The leaner meat you go as well, the better it will be. This is like 90% lean, I think. But you can use whatever you have. It's also important for meatballs to have your meat not be frozen. If it's frozen, it doesn't stick together as well. It doesn't work. So have your fresh meat, you say you see it on sale at the store, pick some up and have it. We're going to put the glue in there, put some eggs, and we'll put 2 of those in there, and that'll be the nice, holds
binder.
Holds all the good stuff together that we want. So I'm going to throw these in the trash, too, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so usually I leave the trash can out, but whatever, I didn't think to do it. All right, so there's our meatballs. What else? Other things we want to do is we got to put the fillers in there, right? By filler, this is the flavor.
And some seasoning, I'm thinking.
Absolutely. So let's start with our seasoning then. We're going to go with some parsley. And if you ever buy that fresh dried parsley at the store here, 2 nice good tablespoons. This is going to roll.
Okay, I've never seen that.
This is you can find it. I've seen it at a lot of grocery stores with the fresh cut
Let me
vegetables.
see that. I want to see it.
It's like partially dried or freeze dried, I think is what they call it.
So then you only use a bit of it?
I was going to put the lid back on for you.
You only use a bit of it, and then you put it back in your fridge and use it for something else?
Yeah, and it lasts a long time. It's really great if you don't have herbs growing or in the wintertime. I want some fresh herbs instead of dried. Nothing wrong with dried. If you don't have fresh parsley or freeze-dried parsley like this, just put some dried parsley in there. It'll do the trick.
Okay.
All right, we got to get our meatballs going, right?
Yeah.
Onions. We're going to do 1/4 cup of diced onions. Again, I went with a shortcut route, and I might put a little bit extra in there just for some flavor. And then we've got to have our breadcrumbs.
Whoa, those are strong.
I know, I can smell those.
I'm surprised our eyes aren't watering.
Onions this time of year, yeah, I didn't want to cry on TV. That's why I got the pre-cut ones. We got to put a cup of breadcrumbs in there. 1 cup will work, and if you get the Italian season, great, or whatever you have. If you've got like panko breadcrumbs, then try and add a little extra like Italian seasoning to make up for it.
Is that what we're going to do today?
Say that one more time.
Are we going to add a little extra seasoning, or you're just going
I'm fine with what I've got here, yeah. So
okay.
Then we've got Parmesan cheese. I'm going to put 1/2 cup of this in there. And
nice heaping half cup there. Love it.
You're close. Now, again, what's my rule about garlic?
The more the merrier.
Don't let a recipe tell you how much to put in. Put as much as you want.
Oh my gosh.
Garlic is great. I'll put about 1.5 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more than that. That's okay. This is the fun part, and when we come back, we're actually going to, we've got it done over here on the side. I know you want to.
Right.
Look how fun this is, though. See that? I'm just mixing up the.
I can't say that I love
feeling meat.
Yeah.
Wait, this isn't appeasing to you at all?
The end product might be, but.
Yeah, so we're just going to mix this out together by hand, and we'll talk more about how you cook it coming up later.
There you go. Okay. And we will be sure to have Jacob's recipe on CILiving.tv. I'm sure he's already working on getting it up on his Facebook page as well. Yep.